to season 20. I've seen dreams come true right where you're standing. Lives change.
The golden buzzer that moved a nation. It was a moment that brought America to tears. Jourdan Blue, a young man with a voice that seemed to rise straight from the heavens, stood trembling under the AGT stage lights. He had no stylist, no backstory package hyped up by editors, just his raw voice and a heart full of pain. When Heidi Klum slammed that golden buzzer, gold confetti rained down like a Hollywood miracle. But beneath the glitter was a truth that no one saw. Jourdan wasn't going back to a hotel suite. He was going back to his car. Yes, the same car he had been sleeping in for weeks. The world celebrated his moment, but his reality stayed just as cold. This wasn't just a TV moment. It was a cry for help wrapped in applause. The internet lit up, but behind the scenes, Jourdan's future was already becoming uncertain. This was the beginning of a heartbreak no one expected. From the streets to the stage, a journey too heavy. Jourdan didn't walk onto that AGT stage by accident. He stumbled there through years of pain, rejection, and survival. Before the cameras ever found him, Jourdan was already a star in parking lots and train stations, where strangers filmed him singing for spare change. His performances echoed through TikTok and Instagram reels, not for show, but for survival. He wasn't chasing fame. He was chasing a chance to eat, to live, to be seen. Behind every note he sang was a night on a bench, a tear behind a dumpster, a silent prayer whispered in alleyways. America may have seen a breakout star, but those who truly looked saw a survivor. His rise was not overnight. It was carved out of hunger, sorrow, and a desperation to be heard, not just as a singer, but as a human being worthy of dignity. The audition that went viral but left him behind. When Jourdan hit that final high note, millions watched in awe. His audition exploded across YouTube, reaching hearts across continents. Comments poured in calling him the next great soul voice and a modern-day miracle. Judges were visibly shaken. Heidi cried. Simon nodded in stunned silence. Yet, after that viral clip, Jourdan quietly disappeared. No follow-up interviews, no social media buzz, no return on stage in the next AGT episodes. Fans started asking, where is he? Why hasn't AGT promoted his story further? What happened after the confetti? Was this just another TV stunt, or was something far more painful unfolding off camera? The silence became deafening. For a moment, he was everywhere. Then, he was gone. The unseen breakdown behind the applause. Behind the scenes, whispers began to surface. Jourdan, it was said, broke down after filming. According to one anonymous crew member, he couldn't handle the sudden exposure, the pressure, the flood of attention. He had no team, no therapist, no safety net. Just a phone full of unread DMs and a head full of noise. He was reportedly promised support, but when the camera stopped rolling, the phone also stopped ringing. Sources claim he was offered a motel room for a few nights, then left on his own again. For someone battling trauma, this wasn't just overwhelming, it was devastating. His heart may have soared on stage, but offstage it was crumbling. And still, he said nothing. The silence became his shield and his prison. Mental health in the shadows, no one knew. In a rare and now deleted Instagram Live, Jourdan opened a window into his crumbling world. He spoke slowly, eyes heavy, voice trembling. He admitted he wasn't okay. He mentioned having dark thoughts, being afraid to be alone, and battling things nobody talks about. He never said the word suicide, but the message was clear to anyone listening with their heart. He talked about waking up in fear, about how fame felt fake, and how the applause faded too fast. "People think I made it," he said, "but I'm still alone." The clip vanished shortly after it was posted. Fans who saw it were shaken. Some tried to reach out, but Jourdan had already begun to disappear again. The vanishing act that broke hearts. As weeks passed, Jourdan's social media accounts went dark. No new posts, no comments, just silence. Fans began organizing hashtags like #FindJordanBlue, desperate for any update. Rumors flew. Some thought he'd gone into rehab, others feared the worst. A few even claimed to have spotted him walking aimlessly in Atlanta, but none of it was confirmed. Jourdan had vanished into the shadows. The vanishing act that broke hearts. As weeks passed, Jourdan's social media accounts went dark. No new posts, no comments, just silence. Fans began organizing hashtags like #FindJordanBlue, desperate for any update. Rumors flew. Some thought he'd gone into rehab, others feared the worst. A few even claimed to have spotted him walking aimlessly in Atlanta, but none of it was confirmed. Jourdan had vanished into the shadows. And with him, the dreams so many had pinned on his voice. It wasn't just about a missing contestant anymore. It was about a young man who touched millions, then seemingly fell through the cracks of the same system that once promised him a future. Rumors, contracts, and silent conflicts behind the curtain. The silence surrounding Jourdan Blue didn't just confuse fans, it fueled a storm of rumors. Some online communities began speculating that Jourdan had been silenced by AGT's legal machinery. It wouldn't be the first time a viral contestant vanished without closure. Whispers about strict NDAs and pressure to conform to show branding grew louder. One unverified source claimed Jourdan had refused to sign a post-show contract that would have locked him into a management deal he didn't trust. Another theory pointed to behind-the-scenes conflict. Jourdan allegedly wanted to perform original songs, reflecting his pain. But producers reportedly pushed for more mainstream covers. If true, it wasn't just a case of a young artist stepping back. It was a decision to walk away from a system that, in his eyes, didn't value his truth. And yet, he never spoke out. Whether it was fear, exhaustion, or protection, we may never know. A glimmer of life in a faded spotlight. Just as hope was beginning to fade, a blurry YouTube video surfaced. A local street singer in Atlanta, belting out soul classics under dim city lights, drew a small crowd. The camera zoomed in. The voice, aching, familiar. Could it be? Comments flooded the video. "That's Jourdan Blue." Some claimed it was him, older and thinner, but still with that unmistakable fire in his voice. A few days later, an unverified account posted, "He's alive, he's healing, stop chasing him, let him breathe." The comment was deleted minutes later, but screenshots spread like wildfire. A music manager based in Georgia claimed in a podcast that he had reached out to Jourdan, offering studio time and counseling. But again, Jourdan didn't respond. It was the faintest signal in a sea of silence, but it was something, a heartbeat, a whisper of survival. The fans who refused to forget. While the world moved on to new talents and fresh viral clips, a small but loyal community of fans kept Jourdan's memory alive. They created tribute videos, singing his audition song in solidarity. They organized virtual concerts, raising awareness for mental health and housing insecurity among young artists. Some even reached out to producers, demanding answers about Jourdan's disappearance. "He gave us everything in that moment," one fan tweeted. "The least we can do is keep his name alive." Others shared their own struggles, saying Jourdan's story made them feel less alone. In a way, his silence spoke louder than any interview could. He became a symbol, not just of missed opportunity, but of how fame can chew people up and leave behind echoes. In their grief, fans built a new mission: to protect the next Jourdan before it's too late. Beyond the stage lights, a final reflection. Jourdan Blue's story isn't just about a voice lost in the noise. It's about the hidden cost of viral fame, the fragile thread between hope and heartbreak, and the systems that too often fail the very people they uplift for entertainment. He gave America a breathtaking performance, one that still circulates online, still brings viewers to tears. But the world behind the screen forgot to ask, is he okay? Jourdan's tragedy is that his moment of glory may have been the very thing that unraveled him. Or perhaps it saved him from a darker path. We'll never know. What we do know is this: behind every golden buzzer is a real human being. And behind every standing ovation, a silent story might be unfolding. Jourdan reminded us that sometimes the strongest voices come from the most broken places. And when the applause fades, that's when the real story begins.